Hi guys, welcome back to episode 6 of the GenZ Podcast with me, Danica Tamsin, and I'm here with a special guest, Krista.
Hi.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Krista. I'm a third year journalism student and I live in Birmingham. Yeah.
Yes. So I feel like the only place where we can start off today is the big news Boris announced on Monday.
Yeah.
Did you hear?
I did. I watched it actually 7 p.m. so I watched everything.
Oh, did you? Yeah. I don't watch it no more. I just look at Instagram summaries because I'm over it. But this was a positive one. So if you don't know, Boris has announced an exit strategy with 4 steps, and basically by June 21st, the world will be back to normal. So where's the first place you go in on June 21st?
I'm staying at home because I'm not going to be catching a flight anywhere. I'm not going to do it. Because you're going to have to take, I think they're talking about vaccine passports, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I'm not down. I'm an anti-vax.
So you won't be heading on holiday?
No, I don't. If there's a way to get there without that vaccine passport, I'll do it, but I'm not.
So what about parties, going out?
I'm not going.
Socialising.
I'm not a party.
Oh, you're not a party
Not
goer?
really. I literally keep myself to myself. I have my little circle of friends, but parties, I don't really get invited to.
Stop it. Clubs, situations. Because I think that when I first heard, I said, you know what, every party I can book to go, every cocktails I can go to on June 21st, I'm heading out there. But then there's also the thing to be said of it might be a bit too soon. Yeah. Like, what if everybody treats it like how we treated the Eat Out to Help Out scheme, and then we get put straight back into lockdown? That's
the thing as well. I do feel like it is a bit early. I get Boris is trying to give like the nation hope and everything, but I do think it's a bit early. And people are stupid. Like they're gonna break the rules and do stuff. And I genuinely feel like in a month, not a month, that's a bit of a stretch. In like 2 months or so, we might actually be back in lockdown.
Do you think?
I do.
Why?
I feel like his plan is a bit pretentious.
It is. It's very like if everybody follows the rules and if everything goes to plan, but he has made it clear like it might not happen if we don't follow the rules. But I think the chance of hope sort of makes everybody think, you know what, let's just stay in lockdown for these next 3 months. And is it 3 months? We're in March now, so 2 months really, because May 17th is the earliest where life can get back to somewhat. But I don't know, I just don't think that June 21st will come around and it's like, wow, we're outside now. Like, so there's going to be a lot of rules, but a lot of clubs have been putting out big party announcements.
I think they're giving people false hope.
Yeah, false hope.
I personally don't think we will get to the 21st June. I don't think. And if we do, then it's a miracle, but I don't think we will.
Yeah, and I think I'm proper nervous about buying stuff for because every party and stuff, tickets have been released because people are excited. Yeah. But then what if I don't get my money back? Because that's the thing. Yes, but I'm scared about losing money because with Afro Nation and people rush to buy their tickets. Yeah. And then there's a high chance it might not happen. And the same situation will happen again. Like last year I was meant to go to Rolling Loud in Portugal and to just try and get my money back, it was far too much back and forth.
Yeah.
So we can't have too much hope.
Yeah, that happened with a lot of people as well. When they booked their holidays, a lot of them couldn't get their money back, at all.
Yeah.
So I feel like businesses should make it sort of a guarantee that you can get your money back, because the pandemic, there's no, what's the word? It's not a set thing, things are bound to change.
Exactly. The pandemic's really showed how everything can be just so uncertain.
Yeah.
You can't, I've got a holiday booked for May, but I fully know that I'm not going nowhere.
You've booked a holiday for May?
Yeah, I'm meant to be going Bali in May. My flights are booked, it's there, but I know that we're not going.
Are we allowed to go places in May?
This is what I'm saying. I don't have the clue, but the airline hasn't said nothing. So, all I know is that, I know that I won't lose no money or whatever, but the hope of me going away, I just have nothing to look forward to.
Yeah. I think your best bet is a British holiday.
But I'm not doing that.
A camping site.
No.
Or a caravan.
Are you a camper?
I don't like camping, but I have done it before. It was okay. It was for DV.
I hated that. DV was the worst experience of my life, and I would advise everybody not to do it. I hated it.
I cried.
Yeah.
Bronze silver.
Oh, you done all of them?
No, I didn't get to gold because silver, I cried and my dad came and got me. I think it was from Wales or something. And I went home.
For everybody who doesn't know what Duke of Edinburgh is like a mini course. Like, what? Like a course?
It's like a...
And you walk loads and sleep outside and learn the world, but it's absolutely trash. I remember I slept in a tent, and the tent... I've never done camping before then, so it collapsed on me whilst I was in it.
Oh no!
And like it just smelled like I literally smelled like outside for ages. And then, in addition to that, the toilet was like half a mile walk, not half a mile, but it was like at the bottom of a field. And when you need the toilet in the night, you're not gonna head outside. So yeah, I do want to head back to why you're not taking the vaccine though.
Oh no!
What's your reasonings? But I find it quite interesting.
There's loads of speculation around it, and I just feel I'm not honestly. If I'm being honest, I do not trust the government at all. Like, I'm not one of those like people that are like, all the government's bad, because they're not.
Yeah.
But like, there's just a lot of things to do with vaccines that I've seen, and it's not good.
But what sources have you seen it from? Because the people who are saying things are like just a people with like a phone and a dream.
Yeah, I'm being careful with that because I know like people just spurt out anything.
Fake news is huge at the moment.
Yeah, people just believe anything. I'm trying to actually look at like I don't know what I think .org websites are like .org, you know, the most reliable things ever.
Yeah.
But I do read on there. And the other thing, the websites I try to read are the ones that give two sides, the pros and the cons. I never try to read a biased post because it's not good. It's always one-sided. So there's evidence to show that like vaccines have gone wrong and like people have suffered like real life consequences from them.
Was this the COVID vaccine?
No, this is the thing though. I know you're looking at me, but it's just the whole idea of vaccines in general. It just really scares me and puts me in. I feel like the government have lied to us about a lot of things in the past to do with vaccines and the people behind them as well.
So do you think there's a man behind?
A man?
Yeah, like there's a group of people behind the government and they're like, okay, we're going to hand out vaccines to kill off people. I genuinely want to know like what people's like worry is.
I mean, I don't know how to put this without sounding crazy.
No, it's okay. Okay. I do understand that you're just unsure. So why would you inject something in your body that you don't fully understand?
Yeah.
So I completely understand that. But I feel like there's a lot of like scaremongering. People are scaring people who like don't know much about it. And then I feel like the vaccine, I'm going to get the vaccine. I made my mind up, I'm getting the vaccine, guys. And it's because like I don't want to walk around with just the chance of giving somebody COVID or getting like from hearing my brother's count, like he's had COVID and my brother's girlfriend's had COVID. I don't ever want to experience that. So anything that I can do to prevent that. Yeah. And do you know what? I believe there's all these scientists because it's not just scientists from the UK who's...
Well, I don't know if Bill Gates is behind the vaccine specifically, but I know he has something to do with it. And there was, I thought it was a TED talk, but I don't think it was. And he was literally on a stage, literally saying how... I think it was Project Zero. He was talking about how our like emission levels are too high as a planet and there's too many people on the earth. And he literally said, I was like, is no one like seeing this? He literally said, our population is too big. And if we do a great job with our vaccines, we can lower this number. I'm not joking. I'll literally show you the video afterwards.
Do you know what? I hear it, like strongly, I hear it. But like, do we think that Bill Gates has enough power to influence the whole world? Because COVID isn't just impacting Britain, it's impacting all the biggest Western societies. So Bill Gates has this much power to push this down every country's agenda.
I mean, he's on the top 10 richest people in the world. I feel like when you have a lot of money, a lot of power comes with that as well. So I feel like he could.
I just feel like there's so much conflict in the world as it is. Like, we can't agree with different countries, but I don't know about all of that. But we can't, like, there's so much conflict. I don't think this situation, the world can come together to put down this vaccine to kill off half the population or whatever. I think it sounds quite, like, wild. But I definitely understand everybody's reasoning towards it. But I think, for me... I've took every vaccine that they could give me, all the ones in school. I've never had the flu vaccine. Just my mum's a nurse and she's very pro it.
Yeah.
I was a nurse. And I'm fine. So why do I think that this time they'll get it wrong? But I do believe in. Do you remember? Did you do sociology?
I did.
So do you remember the familicide? You know what? I'll spell it out on the screen.
Is that the one where they...
Yeah.
And the babies came out with defects? Yeah.
So like that, I think there's accidents that might happen in a laboratory. That's where my worry comes. Like, we haven't seen the longing effects of it.
Yeah.
That's where... But I think the whole like agenda behind that, they're trying to kill off half of the population or whatever. I do...
Yeah, I do. It just sounds stupid.
No, I get what I don't want to make it sound stupid, truthfully, because I actually understand it.
Yeah.
But like, I just think that me and my, like, I want to just keep as much people as I can around me.
Yeah.
And if I get the vaccine and that can lessen the chance of any like disasters happening in my family,
yeah,
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah. Maybe I should research it more, but I feel like it's not going to change my opinion.
You are completely allowed your own opinion, and if you don't want it, and you've already said like you're open to not travelling because you're not going to have it, like,
yeah,
so you're willing to take the consequences
I am
that come with it. So like, it's not like you're like, I want to just live my life and I'm not getting vaccinated. You kind of...
And the thing is as well, like COVID, I don't think it's going to go away for the next 2 years, so we're gonna have to adapt anyway. I don't mind making an extra is it adaptation to not taking the vaccine,
because life hasn't been the same since March. Like, it hasn't been the same.
Yeah.
So like, it's going to be like a new normal, but if this vaccine can bring me close to what I used to call normal, vaccine me up. Vaccine me up. But you, like, the way I know Krista is that we worked in hospitality together. So what do you think the hospitality sector is going to look like after COVID?
I do feel like they're not going to bring a lot of us back staff wise, just to, you know, keep minimal contact in place. That's actually a really good question. I don't think it's going to be the same.
I don't think it's going to be the same.
I feel like the relationships we could have built up with our customers that normally come in our area might be tarnished. I can't lie, because I'm in the players lounge, not the actual one where the footballers are, but the one where their family members are. And I built like really good rapport with people. I just feel like it's not going to be the same.
And waitresses won't even get the chance to like become close to customers anymore, because everybody's going to be germaphobes. Like, I'm a new germaphobe. I was not a germaphobe before. Now, like, I'm watching what everybody touches. Like, so now customers, it's literally going to be such a brief interaction.
Yeah.
And like, there's so much like little rules that are going to be put in place, like management is going to be walking around wearing masks all day in a restaurant, and that just does not seem fun.
Yeah, because we do drinks as well. We're going to have to wear gloves, because a lot of it is all hands-on.
Exactly.
So
a lot of it's a lot of hands-on work, and I could just imagine a lot of rude customers coming in like, oh my gosh, she briefly took her mask off around my food.
Yeah.
And to be fair, they've got a fair point, but now we're going to just have a lot more like reasons, things that separate customers and waitresses.
Yeah. I'm thinking, do you think they'll let the same amount of fans come in?
I think don't quote me on this, but I think it's going to be half of the stadium. So it will never be like a full jam-packed stadium. Yeah. But I'm actually for that. I'm very for personal space. And I thought it was weird that people would cram into like a concert hall anyway and literally be able to smell a next person's deodorant. Like, that's far too close. So now that's actually a benefit for me. Like, I actually enjoy that, but it's going to be harder to get tickets, and like, maybe the regulars can't be regulars because everybody needs the opportunity to come. Yeah,
I'm thinking as well, season ticket holders, like the ones that buy their tickets all the time and sit in the boxes and stuff. Then again, they're secluded away from everyone else, aren't they?
Yeah, I feel like definitely like the areas where more people's allowed to be there, it's going to be like, you're not going to get regular guests because everybody needs the opportunity to go
I don't know how they're going to do that. And I was like, they're sort of giving you like false hope, because just imagine you're thinking, oh, I'm going to get work again.
That's
and then
another
you
thing.
Don't.
Like, especially like places with big hospitality. So like football stadiums haven't opened up since March. They've been, if they did, I was not working. And what do you call it? Like, so you're telling me on June 21st, everybody's just got their jobs back and we go back like normal?
Yeah, it's going to be...
Like, it's going to be so... Like, I don't even remember how to be a waitress anymore. Like, how do you hold several plates? I don't have a clue.
I mean, I still know with the whole thing in there.
The other day, I was bringing down my mum's food with my dad's or whatever, and I had to go downstairs and hold 3 plates. It was really hard. And I could normally do that with my eyes shut. Like, carrying several cups, eyes shut. Now, I look at it and I'm like, I'm just going to break it.
That's the thing, is right, everyone's had a really long break. So
exactly.
The standard of customer service we may have had might just,
it's
drop.
It's going to definitely slip because notches. People are not going to understand what, like... You've been at home for like a year. Like, you're not going to go back to work and be the same person you was.
That's true.
Chris, another thing we have in common, we're both journalism students. So I did want to talk about like the choices of doing like a creative course. Like, do you think there's benefits in doing like where a job's not guaranteed on the other side? Because people who do like nursing, social work, even potentially like law, they're guaranteed like a job. You got a journalism degree, but you just get sent into the world. Like, it's not like there's a set job after it. Do you think it's worthwhile going to uni?
I feel like, do I think it's worthwhile going to uni?
For journalism.
For journalism, okay. Yes and no. Yes, because you do get the experience and you do learn a lot of things. And no, because I feel like you could learn just as much by going... to a press office or doing something the other way. Like, I don't feel like you need uni for journalism. I personally did not want to go to uni for journalism at all, but it's just the decision I made. You do learn a lot, but I just feel like I don't think uni's needed for journalism in general.
You don't think?
No.
Because like when I first started, I had like a whole plan. Like, I wanted to be like this typical journalist, like pen and a dream, or like be like a radio host. I had that hope. And then one thing that my course has definitely taught me, the amount of jobs, opportunities there is in journalism. Like, journalists aren't just like people who report stories, like PR people. I
was about to say,
like people going to PR, even like HR, like little like jobs here, there and everywhere. Journalism is a good course for.
Yeah.
So it's definitely made me think what I want to do way more. It made me learn, like, am I really comfortable in front of a camera? Am I really like, is this what I want to do? So if you know you like a subject, I definitely would say do it, but like don't feel pressured to go.
Yeah, I was going to add as well. I feel like with journalism, when there's like no guaranteed job at the end of it, I was going to say I feel like it does allow growth. Whereas, because for say like nursing and you know you're going to be a nurse at the end of the day, like you know that, and you may be able to grow in the role. I don't know, but I don't think you can. Whereas journalism, once they because you literally just put out in the world, you're either lucky enough to find a job or you can have to search. And I feel like it allows you to grow, put yourself out there more, which is a good thing. I will add that. I do think that's a good thing.
It is a good thing. And like networking, like I'm sure Boris Johnson went to uni for journalism or whatever. So I could be literally sitting with the next Prime Minister of the UK. Could. Like, I could be sitting next to the next Piers Morgan.
Yeah.
So, like, you definitely want to build up contacts because in your big lecture, like the people who's on your course, at least about 5 years are going to do somewhat well. Yeah. So, like, even just the fact of, you know what, I've had a rapport with them, maybe one day they could help me, maybe one day I could help them. Like, places like uni really do help that. I think also a degree is the bare minimum as well. Everybody's got a degree. So, like, if I go into a room with just me, but do I have, like, at least I can say, do you know what, I've got some form of education to back me up, because literally a lot of people nowadays, before there was only like a select people who chose to go to uni. Like, I think 80% of that might be a bit too high, but a lot of people do choose to go to uni nowadays. Yeah. But do you think there's like a stigma around like 9-to-5 jobs?
Do I? Oh, this is a good question. I think there is. I feel like people that look at 9 to 5s think they don't work as hard as, let's say, entrepreneurs, and that they do less. But I feel like 9 to 5s, it actually depends on the person.
Yeah.
Because you could be built for doing that and you could be absolutely fine. Whereas someone, you know, probably doesn't want to be constricted to the rules that, you know, go the 9 to 5, you have like a 30-minute break, your holidays, you only get to choose a certain amount, whereas, say, an entrepreneur, they can do whatever they want, can't they?
Yeah. But I feel like with 9 to 5s, before, I didn't see somebody in a 9 to 5 as successful. I'll be honest, like, if I seen somebody do a 9 to 5, in my head it's like, yeah, you're doing okay, but Bill Gates. Like, but now I'm getting older, and I think when I look at success, somebody who's got a job, by the time they get to 60, they'll have their little pension plan. They might not be millionaires. They might be on like 40k is a lot of money still, but they might be on 40k, but they have 20k worth of bills. They've got an extra 20. Like, do you know what I mean? That's what I see as success. Somebody who's just like nice and comfortable. Whereas before, I definitely seen success as like, you must be an entrepreneur. You must like wear a suit and sit in big meetings and own the room. Yeah.
I saw someone, it's funny because I saw someone get out of, you know, like those flats in Erdington?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that, you know, may not look that the best and stuff like that. Sorry, but those flats, yeah. I literally saw a guy come out and he had like a bag with like, you know, when you box up food in like Tupperware.
Yeah.
And I was just looking at him like, And then I saw the vehicle he got in and I was like, what? You just come out, like, I think it's really bad that I've thought like that, but they come out of like buildings that look like that. Okay. And the car he got in, it was like this massive 4x4. Yeah. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And you can I'd probably assume that, oh my gosh, he looks like a typical, person that would go in, you know, a 9 to 5. And then you see what they're driving and it's just like, whoa.
You know what, it's funny you said that. The other day I was picking up something from my friend, and it was like the back of Sutton, and it was this estate. Now the houses were gorgeous, like it looked like a really nice family home, and all the cars were very like they're humble cars, like new plates, 2020 plates, but just like nice Ford, solid cars. Yeah. But then like sometimes I go into like other inner city like places, and or like I see the houses, but then I see like, you know, the best cars. I was like, cars I don't even know the name of, like cars which I'm looking at, I'm like, I've only seen that on YouTube. Like, and you just think where people put their priorities. So I think everybody wants to be a millionaire, but I feel like I want to start looking at like, do you know what, success is not only money. Success comes in so much different, like,
it does actually,
measures.
That's a good point. Family, stuff like, people have like personal goals, like money is not the be all and end all. I just feel like everyone's just so money orientated right now, but they're like missing the bigger picture.
This is what I'm saying, because if everybody wants to, because I've definitely thought this, I was the person to think, why am I working in Sainsbury's when I could own Sainsbury's? I'm working on somebody else's dream. I used to always think that. Now I'm thinking, but what if I'm working on somebody else's dream? That means I don't have the hassle of like not being able to see my kids for weeks on end because I'm working so hard, or like literally coming home to, like, I literally work and go home and be able to like put my value into other sections of my life. And I feel like a lot of people do want to be the next Oprahs, the next like Jeff Bezos. Yeah. But it's okay not to be an overachiever. I know that sounds bad. It sounds weird saying it, but it's okay to be normal.
It is. I was going to say, I feel like 9 to 5s are like stepping stones to success as well.
It is.
So a lot of celebrities working in McDonald's, stuff like that, before they got where they got. And I think like 9 to 5s actually humble you, to be really honest.
But some people are working in a 9 to 5, like, even like, I've been looking into like loads of different job roles, but like media agencies, some of the people are on like 150k, and that's a 9 to 5. Like,
that's the thing as well.
Like 9 to 5s, doing a 9 to 5 doesn't like mean that you just ruined life. Like, a lot of people, literally, people who are the happiest sitting in old age, they probably did just like a 9 to 5 and they lived within their means.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head, because both my parents do 9 to 5 jobs. They're happy. My mum's salary is a really good salary, and you'd think you're on a 9 to 5, and that's what she does. Because she's like communications manager or something like that.
Oh.
But her salary is very good, and sometimes we like associate 9 to 5s as, oh, you're getting like £6 an hour.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything, and it's just like, it's not true though, is it?
When do you think it's the right time to give up like your creative dream and like just hit back to reality? Like, do you know all those rappers and stuff? Like, when should you start thinking, do you know what, give up on this dream and head to my 9 to 5?
That's a good question. I was going to say if you turn pregnant, which sounds a bit shallow, but so I feel like circumstance, that's it. Circumstances will make you drop that dream and be back in the real world. Not saying that having your dreams and aspirations is unrealistic, because it does happen, but you sometimes have to put that aside when you get yourself into situations or things happen.
I hear that, because I definitely think that sometimes my head is in the clouds. Like, I will be, my dreams, like, that's what I like, I'm actively working towards. I'm not actively working towards like reality, which sounds a bit weird, but like I'm actively working towards my dreams. So like, what if my dreams, so like I've got this big dream of hopefully being a millionaire and just like really having all this money. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like I'm 20 now. I have 10 solid years. I'm not saying you're old at 30, I'm not saying that, but I have 10 solid years. If the dream ain't happening by 30, then I'll probably head back to uni and try and head into a profession, like something like teaching, nursing, something that, do you know what, like,
you'd head back again into uni if it wasn't working.
Yeah, so if I don't reach to the point that I want to reach to, that is still very young still.
You'd do that all over again.
Yeah. I don't think I would go back and do like an undergrad. I would add to my... like, it's like, what time do you give up on your dreams? Because a lot of people's like, yeah, but it's so like, it's like a hamster. That's what my sister said. It's like holding like ham in front of a hamster. You're running for something that you might never get. Like, but then if you do teaching or like nursing, you're running for something, you know you're going to get it. That's so I setting myself up for a life of sadness? Because I'm never going to, like, hopefully, I'm not even going to say never, because never's something that I should say, but...
You just have to graft.
Yeah.
Hard.
You just have to work really hard. But work hard and then just also have your plan B on the side as well.
Always a backup plan.
But I don't want to reach that age of like 50 and sit down and say, do you know what, if I would have just tried this much harder, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in. I don't want to hate my job and be like, if I just would have followed my dreams long enough. But a lot of people's like, oh, you shouldn't really follow your dreams, because are your dreams paying these bills? Like, because a lot of people spending a lot of money on their dreams.
That's true. They are actually.
But yes, if anybody doesn't know, Krista has a blog called The Walking Journalist. So I did want to talk about that for a bit. What made you come up with the concept of the walking journalist?
You want me to be completely honest?
Completely,
Uni was coming around the corner. We have an assignment where we have to like submit our own published work. I've been wanting to write a blog for ages about travel, because I just love going everywhere, and I used to go a lot of places. But obviously COVID came and interrupted us all. Yeah. So I had to change it to me walking in areas, you know, nearby or, you know, where I am. So that's where that came from, because we always wanted to do a blog, but because we had to submit our own work, and it had been really hard to find people that would publish your work for you unless you'd done work experience, I was like, I need to get on this.
Do it. So is that why you done it on WordPress? Because that's what uni make you do it on WordPress.
I just did it on WordPress because my mum was like, do it on WordPress. So there's no reason.
Because my uni's main thing's WordPress.
Yeah, we do have something on WordPress called the Leicestershire Press, where we publish all our uni stories. But that's not why I did it on WordPress. But those are the two reasons why I did start the blog.
You quite like the one I read the other day was about it was quite emotional, talking about your granddad.
Oh yeah.
Like, what made you want to like show more like of a emotional side of you?
I feel like, because obviously not journalism, sorry. So in sociology, we studied people, and what like connects with people more is like emotional stuff. And so I thought, why not talk about that? Because I don't mind being an open book and like telling people stuff and put myself out there. And I thought it would connect with people more, and that was honestly, I think that's the most that's the most views I've got on that post. I think it's like over 600 and something.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. I'm shocked because I really didn't think like people read in this.
This is the thing, because I've got a blog, www.tanikatamsin.com. I have a range of blogs if you would like to read. Every time I write a blog, I think I like it because I wrote it. I have written it. That is but yeah, I like it because I've written it. But like, what would make somebody else write it? And I feel like that's the main task, like getting somebody to actually read further than the first paragraph.
That's the thing, because when I first started the blog, like, it's funny, but it's like quite embarrassing. I just saw people, because you can see the statistics on the website, and people were just clicking on the homepage, and I was like, does no one want to read this? I was thinking, am I doing a crap job? Like, what is it? The first post I did was about benefits of walking or something like the good things about walking. This is just a start off, but I thought no one wants to know about this. No. I don't know. I feel like people want to know about the journeys and the emotional stuff. And honestly, that week when I wrote about my granddad, I was thinking, I really have nothing to write about. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, when we went to the house to go view my granddad's body the morning he died, we literally, me and my cousin, we went on a walk. And I was like, I can literally write about that. Yeah. And so I did. Yeah, it was so hard to write though. My mum read it. She was like, oh. Joni read it. My sister, she was crying.
Is your name Joni?
Her name's Joni, yeah.
Do you find writing therapeutic?
Yes, especially if it's something I want to write. Yeah. Yeah, I do actually. I really do. I love writing. Yeah. I write like short stories as well, mystery stories. I haven't put them out there yet.
Put them out, do it.
I don't want to do. My friend actually showed me on Instagram now. You can do your own little blog thing on your page.
Can you?
Yeah. And I was like, might take advantage of that. Yeah. You can like put a photo. I can't remember how many words you have a limit of, but you can literally do it on your Instagram and people can view it. I think that's good. That's a good thing that Instagram have done. Yeah. Well done, guys.
Instagram do make it quite easy for everything. But I do like writing, but it's just like putting my writing out there. Do I want to do that? But it's hard when it comes to blogs because people are so visual, and now we've got TikTok and stuff. Things are literally like 15 seconds. You have to hold the person's attention. Nobody wants to read several paragraphs. Yeah. Like, people don't even read newspapers. Like our generation, they don't read newspapers. Like that's something I've seen you've been doing too. Like she cuts down key news stories. What you think's important, right?
I mean, it's not what I think. I think it's news that gets neglected. Like all the stuff that they want you to see, they'll push out. But the stories that get left behind, I try and like put those out and like summarize it because no one wants to read. Like you're right, no one wants to read several pages.
People literally want to see it within like a story click or like in an Instagram where they can scroll right past it. But talking about the media, I did because we were having a conversation about it outside. Do you think the media is trying to push a certain agenda?
In terms of?
Let's say COVID.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I feel like, actually, I don't know if it's an agenda, but they're definitely trying to, what's that word? It's in sociology. You know when they amp up...
Propaganda?
No. They amp up, they make something worse than it actually is. No. That's really good at annoying me now. It's that word. Oh my God.
It's in sociology?
It's in sociology. It's a moral panic.
Moral panic?
Yes. I feel like that's what they're doing.
With the mugs and rockers, did you do that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. They're literally trying to do that. Like, we get COVID's bad, but the statistics and figures, they're sort of exaggerated. And hospitals as well. Also, you know...
But they have to exaggerate it because... when they don't exaggerate it, people don't listen.
I guess that's...
Because like, if they don't exaggerate it, then when it does become really serious... Like people, it's going to be too far gone. We're going to have to... I'm not saying they're exaggerating it because I'm not too sure, but they have to make it worse because people don't listen as it is. So if they just downplay it, people will be like, oh, it's not that serious.
Yeah. I've actually thought of it like, that's a good point, to be fair.
Yeah, like we're going to just create like a big cycle.
Yeah.
If we don't.
But the thing is with some media headlines as well, I've read the headlines, they sound absolutely dreadful, but when you read the story, it's not matching it with the headline.
This is what I'm saying. Clickbait, that's another big thing. And it's not just like YouTubers that do it. Like you favourite newspapers are clickbaiting. Yeah, like they'd say it, they put things just so somebody can read further into it. And it's because you literally only have somebody's attention for 2 seconds, and if you don't grab it. So, but I think it is very split when it comes to COVID, like the whole general consensus. Because you've got a lot of people who's just like me at this point, I just believe the government. I believe.
Damn, it's like that.
It's not like that. Like, I believe it. I believe it's how bad it is. Like, I'm taking their advice. Like, and I know that people might call me a little bit naive, and I'm not woke. Is that what you would say? I'm not. That's fine. That is fine. Call me unwoke and stuff. But like, I've just not got to like worry myself jumping to conclusions that I have no factual evidence to back it up.
That is a fair point. We shouldn't actually jump to conclusions.
Yeah.
There is, you know, an extent where we're going to have to actually trust what the government is saying.
Yeah.
I do follow what they're saying.
They control us.
They do, basically.
Like, the government genuinely controls us. And I've been having this conversation with my mother for the past week, because I think that people are polarising the issue of corona. Like, you're either really for it or you're really against it. And when, like, there's people like me who's like, oh, I just want to just take their advice and just live my life. Like, people make it out like, oh, you're either really like not woke or.
I hate that word. I used to say, oh my God, I'm so woke. And then I've stopped saying it because I think it's a bit childish. I can't lie.
Yeah, I think maybe I am naive, but I accept that I see the world through my eyes, and nobody can tell me anything different. Like, and people are forever. I do enjoy an odd conspiracy theorist video. I
love conspiracy theories.
What's your favourite conspiracy theory?
That's such a good question. I'd have to say, well, I don't think it's really conspiracy. Actually, 9/11.
9/11. Oh,
yeah.
Let's talk more about it.
Oh no,
just a little bit.
Well, that the government were behind that.
Yeah.
I've heard, because I saw the documentary in my own eyes, and these people were whistleblowers. Is that what they're called? I think. Well, a whistleblower is someone that is not meant to talk, but they talk, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Say you work for the CIA. Yeah. You're not really meant to spill the beans, but you spill the beans. They like blow out your face or whatnot. And they were saying that I think under what they call the Twin Towers, under them was where all this gold was kept and everything. Oh. And I can't remember, it was an hour or moments before, all that gold had been removed. And it's like, did you know something was going to happen? Yeah. And there's just a lot of evidence that's, you know, sort of like, are the government responsible for this? Or was it really they're so-called terrorists? Yeah. I just, you know, when there's too much stuff that's showing, you're going to have to think versus, oh, it's not real, stop being extra, da-da-da-da-da. It's just very, very scary. If the government behind it.
Like, if the government is behind it, because there is certain things where it's not as true as they're making it out to seem. Yeah. Like, I do believe that, like, there might be an ulterior motive in certain countries. The only reason why I don't believe the COVID thing is because, like, it's a worldwide pandemic. Who's behind the world? Like, yeah. But, my favourite conspiracy theory is definitely, I think that there's people spying on us all the time. I think
think that's a conspiracy? You don't think it's actually real?
I think we're living in, like, Big Brother. Like, I know it sounds crazy. No, but like, every camera and everything is watching you. But I'm okay with being watched because I'm not doing nothing that is crazy. Like, it's fine. I'm not a criminal. If the government was watching me, it would be like watching paint dry.
Yeah. So, don't say that.
I have nothing going on. Okay. So, what do you call it? Yeah, if the government was watching me, I'm okay with that, but I do believe that there is some form of section of the government that's watching us.
Yeah, there was a movie actually about that guy. I can't remember if he was doing something to do with Facebook. I can't remember. It was based on a real life story about, I think he was with the FBI, CIA. Cannot remember, so don't quote me. Yeah. But he was working for, you know, the people that can look through your cameras and did all that stuff, and he found out that they were spying on people. Yeah. And he ended up exposing them along with the help of journalists. And he got in like massive trouble, and the guy has, in real life, obviously lives in Russia till this day, because obviously Russia and the US do not get along, and his protection is Russia. Like, he's changed his identity and everything. Like, he had to run, or they were, you know, going to kill him. gonna get it.
Like, that's what I was saying. Like, there is some spooky stuff. But I don't think it's for the better if the government was spying on us, because when there is big attacks and stuff, that means that, like, they can prevent it from happening, or they really could prevent criminal activity. Like, why do we need all of this privacy? I get it in, like, a family sense, like, oh yeah, but, like, in the bigger picture, it might be actually a little bit beneficial if the government was able to spy on people.
Don't know about that.
You don't think?
Don't know about that.
I definitely don't think it's like that. I get why people want their privacy. I don't want to feel owned by nobody, so I get that. But, like, the overall thing of, like, they can point out, like, bad people. And if good people like me have no problem with
good people like me.
You know, because I'm not committing murders or anything. So that brings us to our final segment, a message to. This is a message to somebody, an organisation, a person. So, Krista, would you like to go first? Or?
Sure. My message is to Instagram. Please stop, adding us in those sexual group chats. I don't know if they're sexual bots or what it is, but please stop it. We don't have time for it. Yeah. It's weird.
And I'll report every last one of these pages because I'm in about 4 groups and all my message requests are just filled with these sex bots. Yeah. Like, I don't get it.
God forbid what happens if you click on that link. Your phone will probably shut down. And I think Instagram, you need to sort it out.
Yeah,
it's
they definitely need to get rid of those.
Get ridiculous.
My message to you is actually to shy people. Because I know that in a pandemic, so a lot more people are going to come out and be a lot more shy. But I definitely feel like there's no actual point of being shy. I feel like if you are shy, that is a social skill that you need to develop on ASAP. I'm not saying that it's bad to be introverted or anything. I just think that shy people definitely should be actively working on their social presence because you can miss opportunities. That's a lot of things, like a lot of things you'll be missing because you don't have the confidence to just speak. So the reason why I'm saying it is because I struggle with being quite shy too. So it's a message to me, but I'm making everybody else hear it. So do you have any last things to say to the peoples?
No, actually I do. Check out The Walking Journalist. It's on WordPress, Twitter, Instagram. Have a read. I'm sure you will enjoy it.
Yes. And I want to say, you know what I want to say, guys? Check out Behind Her Eyes on Netflix. The reason why I'm telling everybody to watch it is because I need people to talk about it with, because what I went through yesterday, I still feel a little bit odd, so I want more people to talk about it with. So yes, next week there might be spoilers because I definitely want to have some form of conversation about it, but but besides from that, all the usual stuff. Can we keep subscribing? Make sure everybody stays subscribing.
Yes.
Follow my Instagram at Danica Tamsin and follow my website at www.danikatamsin.com, and basically that's just a hub of everything that's produced by me. Krista, do you have any socials that you want to plug?
Just The Walking Journalist, that's all I will promote. It's The Walking Journalist on Instagram. It's The Walking #1 on Twitter.
Hard to get those handles.
It actually is. And it's The Walking Journalist on WordPress. So yeah, go follow those. Yeah.
Great stuff, and everybody have a great Monday. Bye. Oh, my mind's gone blank. This isn't good. This is not good. Yeah, sorry. Which is a message to a person or organisation or a thing. I'm going to have to say that again. Mark, I don't know what he's going through over there. I don't know.
Start again.
No, don't. This is yeah, sorry. Show. That's us. Start again. Sorry. So that brings us to the end of the show. So we have. It's not the end of the show because we have a segment. That's why I'm messing. Sorry. So. Where was I? Sorry.